Dream Sequence, my fifth, I think, if I'm counting correctly, my fifth studio record, full length record, launching very, very soon. It's an exciting time, and it's been such a journey. It's been a journey of just expressing myself, expressing, in the rawest way possible. Um, Different chapters of my life, the different stories of my life, and I think stories of other people some that I may have imagined, of some people that I've met, and just maybe trying to live through their shoes. Dream Sequence is like the culmination of all of that. This album was, you know, more of just me letting things happen. This album is more of me just, um, hunkering down, being honest, and just being the best version of myself. I think the best version of myself musically, and um, just, putting myself, the next chapter, putting myself on the next page and going to the next chapter. This record, I think people are gonna find it as, from the last one, a little more different, a little more energetic, a little more, spontaneous, a little more, uh, just having that oomph, a little more of that oomph, a little more of that energy. Um, yeah, I think it's gonna be a really great experience for the people who listen to it. They're gonna find a variety of, a range of sounds from all over the place. I really wanted to put in every experience of every song that I've made and combine all of that together and just put it into this record. Yeah, I think this album is gonna be, if nothing else, a turning point, for the people who listen to my music. A turning point for them to think that, yeah, he can do he can do this as well. So the first song on the record, Hold Up. I wanted to harken back to the Sacrifice, first song on that album. Was Let Me Know. It had that a little more of those Japanese influenced, um, Chinese influenced instruments, and adding that into the mix of that Indian, that those beats, those Indian beats, that fever dream, and mixing it with my vocals and my, that sort of spice that I think it come to be known for, and giving it um, giving it just that similar vibe, but more of that spontaneity that I was talking about. Yeah, so I think Hold Up is more about just me getting back to the groove, getting back to doing what I love, and going out there just experiencing new things. And I think this record is going to be a lot more. It's going to have that same energy, that dance vibe, and I think it's going to give the people that particular, the people who like those kinds of my songs. I think it's going to give them what they were looking for, but something a little different. Fun and Games, the last single I took out before releasing this record. Fun and Games is like you meeting someone and having that intimacy and being playful. It's like the beginning of a relationship, being playful, being getting to know the other person. Um, them putting their best foot forward and you putting like a lazier foot forward, and just enjoying yourself. But still having that intimacy, that honeymoon phase that people talk about. I think I think it captures that really well. Wasting time. So the first single I took off of this record, Wasting Light, which I'll get to, it's sort of like the other side of the coin to that song. Wasting time is more of not wanting to do anything, right? It's the meaning is in the song's name. It's like not wanting to do anything, but at the same time having those that anxiety and having that, am I gonna be able to? What am I gonna do next? Am I gonna be able to succeed? That fear of failure as well. It tries to capture all of that stuff. But in a more, of course, going with the name of the song in a more lazier way, in a more, I think, in a more honest and in a more raw way than I would usually write a song. Waste, Wasting Light has that as well, but this one has more of that electronic vibe to it. At the same time, it's also about the intimacy. I think this whole record has that intimacy, feeling of intimacy with your loved one or someone you're close to. Okay, this song. I think this song is it's sensual. It's something I don't think I've done before. The openness of the track. Even I was a bit embarrassed even singing it. I feel like when I wrote the record, it was something that I think I'm known for that intimate feel and just that like my whole that whole not personifying, I think idealizing that whole drinking and that whole partying thing. This was more into that vein, but I think more smooth, and more. I wanted to give it a classy touch. If I've done it well, if you like it well enough, I think you'll be able to hear that in the record. Yeah, Fine Wine is. I think I really like this track from all the other records. I feel like this is the most different song that I've made, and I think people are really gonna dig it. The right track. This is me going back to that, pushing that rock vibe. I remember the first, like, I think the first rock song I made, In Flames. I had that, that guitaring, but I really wanted to push it, a little more. I remember I wanted to push it a little more. I don't think we got that, but I think with this one is the right track, man. I mean, it's all the name says it all. I feel like this was the right time. This was the right time to just go back to those days, but give it that spontaneity, give it that edge that I feel that I've gained more, and I have more than I used to have ready. So I mean, at this point in the record, it's also this is an energetic song. This is, if you would say, a happy song, but it still has that, that dreaminess about it. I feel like it still has that. I'm pulling different sounds across the record, but this one I feel like has a lot of just different, just a different vibe. I feel like it's just got that different vibe, but at the same time it's funny, I think, and it's endearing. I think it's one of the more endearing records. And I feel like, yeah, this is gonna be that record where people say, yeah, this is that, the big song, the one with all the bells and whistles. I always like to do that in each record that I make. I try to have that catchiness, that vibe that people are looking for. But in this one, I wanted this to be more approachable to a wider audience. So yeah, it's like me telling them, get ready for this track. So, Satisfied. Satisfied is, meeting someone and you're just never good enough for them. I think everybody's met someone like that in their lives. There's just you're never good enough for them, but you keep trying, right? Keep trying, and you hope it's gonna work out. Sometimes it doesn't. Most of the times, at least for me, it doesn't. But it's all about making the other person happy, right? And making yourself happy as well. But this song sort of encapsulates um, my side of the story for them, not the other way around. And I think people are really gonna, if they've experienced that need to satisfy somebody, to make someone happy, or at least try. I think they're gonna experience that. I think they're gonna relive that if I've done my job well through this track. Okay, so this track is of course one of those more like I was talking about, like Ready. It's more of the energetic track. It's more of the the one that I feel like that big track. But at the same time, I feel like it's more smoother. It still has a vibe, more of like fine wine, but it's more smoother. It's more spontaneous and just a little more moody than the other, you know, uh, pop kind of tracks on this album. Yeah, I feel like people are gonna get that enjoyment as well from this track. Yeah, so this is like you could say this is one of my biggest, or the biggest songs I've ever written. And the funny thing is, it was written in maybe a couple of hours. Just everything from the lyrics to the sound to like how I wanted it to be. It was just that moment in time. It was just that I was just feeling it. I was feeling that hurt. I would say the heads to the tails that is wasting time, wasting light is like you can feel the rawness. I really try to give that on the record. Just harken back to those days of just me and the guitar alone in a room, trying to figure out life, trying to go back in time, trying to figure out what's happening, trying to find that right person, trying to find the right things to do. That insecurity, that paranoia that I feel like every young person has. I just wanted to go back and just try and feel that again. And yeah, this is one of those melancholic ones, Dream Sequence. The name of the album is really apt because Wasting Light is that a surreal experience. It was a surreal experience for me, and I think it's going to be a surreal experience for the listener. Reasons. Reasons is one of the, I would say, one of the tracks that I wrote a long time ago but never really got to finish. For some reason or the other, I just thought that it wasn't the right time to release it, or it wasn't the right time to have the audience hear it. It wasn't ready for it. But I think, just after some time, I felt like, yeah, now's the time. It was just not ready. It didn't fit in the last record. And normally it was more of that fine tuning everything, just having everything in a flow. This album with its spontaneity, with its that vividness, that inception, that is life. Reasons is like that. Reasons is like the end of it. It's like on the guitar, we got the solo happening over there. We got these really smooth beats, and just this experience of melancholy, and it's just a fitting end to the record. And I think rightly so, right? It's just I think it's a beautiful end to a long chapter that is the album. I think people are really gonna. I think the last track I think is also one of the best ones I've written. I really wanted to be at the end, so people get like this whole experience. I didn't want to call it like a concept or anything, but just this whole experience of like I went through the record and now I can rest easy knowing that that chapter's closed and move on to the next thing. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this deep dive with me, Faiz Khan, and I'll see you in the next one.